Hello my dudes, today I'm going to be going through my 7th sketchbook. This is the Ilio sketchbook and it's a 4x4. I didn't realize it was going to be this small, but yeah. So if we open it up, I didn't really make a first page for this one because I kind of forgot about it. But here you can see my art goals. I didn't really do most of them, but we tried. So here's technically my first page. As you can see, I started this on May 10th and I finished it on June 28th. And of course I drew Simon and Baz. So here is the first sketch page, I guess. And this was from a reference, and then I don't know. This was around the time like mermaid and stuff was going around, so I had this idea of doing a picture of Simon as a mermaid, but that never happened. I doodled some Shira stuff. I don't know why. Yeah, but the new season's coming out soon, so maybe I should draw some more. Here was another sketch page. I recently got the Prismacolor color erase pencils, and so I was trying them out, and this one is probably one of my favorites on this page. It started as a way to learn kind of like how to draw someone looking up for the picture of Simon that I was gonna do, but I don't know, it kind of turned into this weird thing, and then I was like, maybe she's getting abducted by aliens, and I tried to do like lighting stuff with the color pencils. It turned out pretty cool, I guess. More sketches. Don't look at that. That was from a reference, and then that was some Alec to try to do better than that. So there's some more Katie, because I draw her a lot. And this was I just had the idea of Katie in a rainbow sweater, so that's what I did. And I know I made her arms too short, but it's fine. More Simon. I don't know. I draw Simon and Baz and Katie and Alec a lot, so they're probably in here a lot. This was kind of a spur of the moment OC. I don't know. It was just fun to draw. Here I was attempting gouache, and I'm still not sure if I like it or not. It's I've tried doing like normal skin tones, but then I kind of like messed up and made his skin too orange, so I kind of went with it to try and do like one of those fancy art stuff where they have like one like all warm colors or something. I don't know. And then I did little doodles of Simon and Baz, and those are still my favorite things ever. This was a draw this in your style. I ended up doing it digitally because I kind of ruined it trying to do it with watercolors. So yeah. Oh, this was I kind of had this idea of like Katie with an undercut. Because I thought it would be a cool idea, and it's like kind of a look that she wouldn't seem like she would wear, and it kind of turned into this idea of like a personality swapped Katie and Alec. So this is them, and I guess I just changed their hairstyles for the most part, and kind of the different types of clothing they would wear. I don't know, but yeah, Katie would be a lot more confident and Alec would be a lot more of a nerd. Oh, so I accidentally drew on this upside down. Yeah, I was looking at a photo of like how to draw wings and stuff because I draw Simon a lot, so I wanted to know how to draw his wings. So this was a study of drawing like dragon wings and stuff. A little doodle of Simon, and then I was struggling here, and that's back to where we were. Oops. Yeah, this was trying to draw Baz. I struggle with drawing him. I don't know why. This wasn't the best, but it was just because I really wanted to test out how I drew those wings, and also I like to use my markers, so I tried just using those. Oh, this was, so in my last sketchbook, I, drew a picture of Alec in, like, summer clothing, and I really liked it, and I was like, oh, maybe I should draw Katie. So I drew her in a romper because I think she would look cute in one, and the hat has some issues, but I really like how that one turned out. And here's some more Katie because she's fun to draw. There's her with the undercut again and the romper. And then, in my story, I have the idea that Katie and Alec are gonna go to a dance together, and I felt like Katie would wear like a dress and Alec would wear like a suit, but I was kind of thinking like, oh, what if Katie wore a suit? And I actually really like how that turned out. She looks pretty good in a suit. Some more random doodles. I'm pretty sure I did these during like class or something and I was bored. Yeah, I was struggling. Some more Simon doodles. This was kind of based off of a picture I kind of did a while ago, and I don't know, I was looking at it because a bunch of people were liking it over on my like Instagram and Tumblr for some reason, and I was like, maybe I could try making the pose more dynamic or something. I don't know, I was trying to practice poses, which this sketchbook was not helpful for because it is so tiny that it is hard to draw a full body. So there's Katie and Alec again. I wanted to draw them in sweaters because it might be getting close to summer, but yeah, I like them in sweaters. Here was actually, I was in my math classroom and we weren't really doing anything because it was after our test, and I was like, oh, I never draw backgrounds, so I was trying. I don't think I succeeded, but I tried. Yeah, some more Alec doodles, cause yeah. There's Katie in the romper again. I was trying some poses for like couples, and then there's sunflowers, cause those are always fun to draw. And this is probably one of my favorite pages, I guess. I don't know, I did this with a reference and I thought it looked out like really cool, so I started drawing some more things. This was sort of from a reference. It was like, I don't know, I got this ad on Instagram for a book, and this girl on the cover had like this really cool hair, so I tried drawing it. And then there's Simon and Baz, obviously. And then I tried Baz with a profile because I usually have more success when drawing him with a profile, but it didn't work out very well. Yeah, this was my cousin bought a Starbucks cup and she wanted me to paint like flowers and stuff on it, so I was thumbnailing some ideas for how I would do the flowers. And then this was also some more thumbnails because I reached, I don't know how many followers that says, but I reached a milestone on my Instagram. Here was some studies of Baz's hair because I feel like I never draw it right, and I was trying to figure out how I would want to draw it. I still don't know, but yeah. And this, I like drawing like flowing hair. Like, I like drawing short hair, but I like it when it's really bouncy and has a lot of volume, so I was kind of doing that. And I think that one turned out really cute. Here's some more like just sketches. I know for a fact this one was from a reference, and I think this one was too, but I didn't have as much success. I just wanted to kind of figure out how to draw a profile because I do struggle with those a lot, and I think that one turned out good. And then the other stuff on here might need a little help, but it's fine. Oh, this is a character. So around this time I was kind of thinking about rewriting my story for Katie and Alec because I have written the entire novel for it, but I was just thinking about it the other day and a lot of it didn't sit right with me. So I was thinking, and there's this one character that was Katie's friend in the original, but she was more of like a online friend and didn't really have much of a presence in the story. And I kind of thought, oh, it would be cool if she was in the story more. And so I started drawing her because I found that I never draw her. So yeah, here's some more like poses and stuff because I was trying to think I was trying to come up with a picture for Katie and Alec for Pride or something. So yeah, there's some more like practices, Katie and Alec. I still don't know how to draw characters interacting, but I'm trying. I ended up going up with this idea, and I really liked that one. And there's more. Her name's Anissa, and yeah, some other doodles. So this was I was just drawing Katie. This one was she's part of the school musical, her and Alec, and they play the lead roles, and this was me trying to come up with like a dress she would wear in the thing. I don't think I succeeded because she's technically supposed to play a princess, but I tried. This was also me like playing with different outfits that I saw on Pinterest for her. This was kind of an idea of like Alec as like a singer, I don't know, but it was fun to draw. That we don't talk about. That was me trying gouache again, and I always use Simon when I'm doing things that I don't know because he's easy for me to draw, and that didn't turn out very well. This was a thumbnail for one of the paintings that I did like a while ago, where it's like Simon with a bunch of flowers, and I wanted to do like these big paintings of all the Carry On characters with flowers, and I finished the Simon one, but I didn't finish any other ones. This was one of the Snow Bass pictures I did for Pride. This was me. I was doodling it, and I like finished, like, I was doodling it, and it came out really cute, so I decided to finish it off. There's a Baz that kind of turned out more how I like it, but not completely. Some more Katie and random doodles, nothing that's really going very well. This one, I remember I spent forever in this and during like math class or something, and I really like it, and I like the idea better of having her like in the rainbow sweater, but it's more like a cardigan. But like, I know there's like some like issues proportionally and stuff with it, but I mean, it was still fun to draw. And then I did this in my last sketchbook a lot, but I would draw a character, and I was like, you know, it would be cool if they were interacting with another character. So I was trying to do that again here with like Alec, but that didn't work out as I wanted it to. These are really messy sketches. I was struggling a lot with art, and right now it's even worse. My newest sketchbook is not the best. It's very scribbly. And yeah, usually it gets more scribbly the more frustrated I am. But yeah, these were, I was trying to practice different body types, and I guess, I don't know. Yeah, and then just some doodles. It was a rough day. Yeah, and then here I realized I never draw Jay, who is also a character from Katie and Alec, and he is Alec's best friend. And so I realized that I never draw him, so I decided I should try to figure out how I want to draw him first. So here I was coming up with different ways his hair could look. I ended up going with the same way I always do it, but I was trying to change it up because I always feel like whenever I draw him, he looks a little too much like the way I draw Simon, because I feel like they would have a lot of like similar facial features. And his hairstyle is also curly and like the undercut, so it's kind of hard. This was also for Pride. I did him with the asexual and aromantic flags because that's who he is. Yeah, some more doodles. This was the character from my last sketchbook. I don't draw her that much, but I created her and this other character, and I thought they had like a really cute story, and I was gonna like make a whole like short story or something about them, but I kind of never got around to it, and I don't draw them as much as I did in that sketchbook just because I'm still not 100% sold on their character designs, and it's, I don't know, I don't really have the motivation to design them fully, but maybe I should try that in my new sketchbook. Oh, so those are not the best, but I was looking at line of action, and I wanted to study on how I'm drawing like faces and stuff because I kind of was a little upset with how I'm drawing them for some reason. I'm still kind of am. I don't know. I'm going through a really weird art phase, and this was like the beginning of that phase. But anyways, I decided like maybe drawing something that I don't normally do, so I found this reference of like a chair, and I tried drawing that, and I think it turned out pretty cool, but it's still not 100% accurate. This didn't turn out exactly as I planned it, but I kind of wanted to draw Katie and Alec dancing, but it didn't go as planned. I don't know. I guess I should have probably looked up a reference, but I wanted to have like it look like an actual dance, and I started trying to do a background, but then I tried doing the disco ball, and that just went downhill. Here's some more doodles. Yeah, I don't really know what the point of any of those were. This was an illustration I wanted to do, but I couldn't figure out like the proportions and stuff of everyone. But I wanted to do an illustration where it was all my characters and they went to Pride because, yeah. This was from a reference. It's not the best, but I think it's really cool because I mixed all the like color erase pencils, and my camera's not focusing, but I mixed all the color erase pencils and I was trying to do like shading and stuff, like, because I like to use a lot of different colors when I shade, so I'll use a lot of yellows for highlights and a lot of purples and blues for shadows, so I was kind of like going off of that and doing that stuff. Here, this is sad. So I was thinking, and I was drawing a picture of Simon, and for the most part so far in the sketchbook, like watercolors have been like kind of an issue with it, but not too big of an issue. And so I kind of was thinking, and I was like, I drew this picture of Simon, and I'm like, you know, I really want to try out my watercolors, especially because I was planning on doing that huge watercolor painting of him, and I wanted to figure out how I would paint it, because I know, I don't know, I don't use watercolors a lot because my sketchbooks tend to not have the best quality paper, so they don't usually take watercolors really well. And for some reason, I thought this paper would take it very well. It did not. But yeah, so, and then I was working on eyes because I feel like I'm not happy with the way I draw eyes, so yeah. This was, because I asked people on Instagram what flowers they think represent like Simon and stuff, so I was drawing all the different flowers that they said, and a lot of them are really pretty, but I ended up going with sunflowers and whatever those are. I don't know how to say them, but yeah. Oh, this, so when I started drawing like this page, I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw Baz because I don't draw him a lot and I don't know how to draw him. And so I started drawing and I got to the eyes and it just wasn't looking like Baz, and it kind of turned into like a new character design. So I drew this one first, and then I kind of like drew him some more because I thought he was kind of interesting, and I liked the hairstyle because that's not kind of the usual hairstyle I do, because I don't know, guys like really short hairstyles and stuff like that, I don't really understand how to draw it, especially the way I draw hair. It's hard to apply that to like the really short hairstyle. So yeah, but I think that page turned out pretty cool. Some more Baz practice. I don't know how to draw him. Also Baz, some Alec. I don't know what that is. This was, I think I just was doodling, and I kind of spent like longer than I should have for a doodle, but I think it turned out really nice. Here are some more references of profiles, and I think these actually turned out pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. This one I was looking at an actual like reference and stuff and looking at like facial proportions, and this was like a person that I'm pretty sure I felt looked a lot like Simon, so I was trying to like understand how I would draw his hair and stuff. I didn't learn anything, but I tried. So first of all, these were when I got my gold watercolors. I can't really tell you the brand. Oh, I guess that's the brand if you can see it. it's like Gansey Tumby Starry Colors or whatever. And yeah, I was kind of messing around with them because I bought them and I was like, oh, these are really cool. And then this was at like summer camp, we got to get like little gifts for like people that we were working with as like camp counselors, and someone, like on my paper I wrote like, oh, I love llamas, so someone got me a sticker with a llama, and so I put it on my water bottle, and this was like the paper that came with it. And I just taped it in here because I tape a lot of stuff in my sketchbook to kind of fill up the pages because I have a hard time filling them, and I feel, well, I fill them, but it's kind of hard for me to, I don't know, I guess I get anxiety if I don't finish them really quickly, so this is a way to finish them quicker, is by taping like big things into it. Yeah, here with the gold watercolors, I was thinking like maybe doing like a pretty dress or like a princess or something. And yeah, I don't know, like it was fun to do, but I don't like think this was like I was going with in a good way. I don't know, I wasn't coming up with anything that I really wanted to finish, so yeah. But I did in my new sketchbook draw a picture of like a princess type character, and I might do something like with these gold watercolors for that, if I could ever sit down and actually make it a full illustration. So here was, I was trying to learn more about like anatomy and stuff, so I figured I'd look at like swimsuit models and stuff and see like their proportions and stuff, and like the face is messed up, but I'm pretty happy with the way the proportions turned out. I don't know, it might not be perfect, but it's getting closer. I don't know, I always struggle with anatomy, so yeah. And then here's like a kitty that I never like went through with, and I don't know what that is. Yeah, hands. So this was when they announced the Breath of the Wild 2 for Legends of Zelda, and they showed Zelda with the really short hair, and I thought she looked really cute. And I was also really hyped for the new game because I loved Breath of the Wild 2, and my whole family was obsessed for it for like a good while, so I'm excited for that. Here I was practicing drawing some arms because I feel like I don't really draw them correctly, and also some legs, but that didn't turn out very well. Some more Zelda. I don't really know how to draw braids, so it's kind of hard to draw her. Oh, and here was me practicing anatomy and like doing different body types with different shapes. So like this one was triangle, circle, and square for like a female body type, and then for male the triangle, circle, and square. I did a lot better with these three are like the best, and then yeah, I don't know. Here was some more Katie. I really like how this one turned out, even though it's not exactly the way I draw her, but it's also a little more like the way I would like to draw her, so I don't know. Some more background studies. These were off of references on Pinterest. And then I was trying to draw dogs because I don't really draw animals because I can never figure out how to do their eyes because they're very dark, and it's hard because they're not anything like human eyes, so it's hard for me to draw it without looking creepy. That page isn't very good. Some more Baz. There's a little, I have a brush pen and I like to do like calligraphy sometimes in my sketchbook, and it's not very good, but it's fun to try. This is like one of my favorite drawings in here. This one is one of those drawings that makes me remember why I like art. I know there are like proportional issues and like the background's probably not 100%. I mean, I'm not very good at drawing backgrounds, but it was one of those things where I was sat there and draw it, and it was like, it just made me really happy. So yeah, I drew Katie and Alec, and the idea behind this was they were like on a study date and they fell asleep, and like there's like a little thing in here, like I don't know if you can see it, but these coffee mugs, they're Batman and Superman, and this one has coffee and that one has hot cocoa. You could see the little marshmallows, and that's because I have this headcanon that I have no idea if I'm actually gonna find a way to work it into the story, but I feel like Alec's one of those people that would love Batman like more than anything, especially because he seems like a character she would probably relate to. So I thought it would be funny if Katie was like a hardcore Superman fan. And also Katie loves coffee more than anything, and Alec would drink hot chocolate until she dies. Some more Alec. This was, I think, a reference on Pinterest of an outfit, and I thought about trying to draw Alec in like different outfits because I never draw her in skirts because she doesn't seem like the person who would wear skirts, but I thought it would be interesting to see her in like this pencil skirt. And then here was, it's on the next page. It didn't turn out very well, but I kind of wanted to do a drawing that spanned across both of these pages so I could get a full body. And I was trying to thumbnail an idea of how I would want that to look because I was hoping to post this, but it didn't really turn out the way I wanted, so that didn't go over well. Oh, this was, I never finished this series, and I feel bad because I only did my section, but I was trying to do like character designs for different people in the orchestra because if you don't know, I play the violin and I love doing orchestra and stuff, but I feel like every section has a very distinct personality. Like the first violins are, I will admit it, kind of stuck up and stuff, so I was trying to like design a character like based on that section, and I was gonna do the other sections and stuff too. Like I had this whole idea like, oh, second violin, like no offense, like I don't want to offend anyone, but I felt like the second violins would be like look more laid back and stuff, and then like the basses would just be like really cool people, and like yeah, you know, I never really got to that. And here I was watching a Drawing with Waffles video, and she drew this one character, and the character had like, I think she had a hat, and I don't know why, but for some reason she looked exactly like Annabeth from Percy Jackson. So I figured I want to draw Annabeth. So this kind of led me to start drawing Annabeth, and I was like practicing on drawing like baseball caps and stuff. She has her iconic hat. And yeah, some of these aren't the best, but I really like that one. And then I figured you can't have Annabeth without Percy, so I tried drawing Percy. I still don't really know how to draw him. I don't know, because like, I feel his hair is kind of hard for me to understand because it's like one of those things where it's like not like really short, but it's also like not really long, and I have a hard time doing like the in-between. Like I always have hair that's like either like shoulder length or like incredibly short. So yeah, so like I do this one, and I don't like it because it reminds me too much of Nico for like it doesn't look anything like Percy, it just looks like Nico. But yeah, here's some more like poses. I don't think any of these were from reference, which probably isn't a good thing, but yeah. And here, so I drew this picture of Simon, right? And I was doing that thing that I was said about before with the Katie and Alec, where I like to draw like two characters interacting when one looks like they could have a character interacting, but I didn't have enough room because this is a tiny sketchbook. So I had this post-it note of Baz, and Baz didn't turn out perfect because I never know how to draw him, but I think the concept of this is pretty cute. But yeah, it was hard to draw on a post-it note, let me tell you, because there was no flat surface for me, so it was really hard for me to do it right. And I really like this. I'm pretty sure it was a reference picture, and I was and I wanted to draw Katie and Alec as it, so yeah. And then I was gonna do another background thing with like a Ferris wheel, but that quickly went very badly. This was a Vine, because I was watching like Vines at like 1 a.m. and I had my sketchbook out because I was trying to like draw while like having background noise, and this one Vine came up and it just reminded me so much of Alec and Jay. So yeah, you can't really read this, but it's that one where the guy's like, I should have left you on that street corner where you were standing, and the other one's like, but you didn't. And I just felt like that was a very Alec and Jay kind of like interaction. This is me trying to draw like Katie, like I guess fixing some of her facial proportions and making her have like chubbier cheeks and stuff. That's a list for, there's a lot of lists in my sketchbooks. Like I usually take notes and stuff in them because I'm too lazy to take them anywhere else, and like I always have my sketchbook on me, so, and I use it like all the time, so it's easier for me to like look back on it. And that was a list for I have this on my desk. It has like these squares, and I wanted to paint portraits in them. I did it last year, and this was getting towards the time, but this was getting towards the time last year that I did the paintings on my desk, and they were when I was a pretty beginner artist, so I wanted to like redraw them, but I didn't really want to do the same characters, especially because like a lot of them weren't like the characters that I still like, because Voltron Season 8 wasn't that good, and there's a lot of Voltron characters on it, so I'm not as into Voltron as I was when I first painted him. So I wanted to do different characters. I'm thinking of doing like Stranger Things and stuff, but yeah. Some more Simon. Some more like coupley poses. This actually got turned into an illustration. It was kind of like I think I drew Simon with a sword, and then I thought he's glaring, so Baz has to be there. And this turned into a full illustration, and I really liked how that illustration turned out, even though there's always things I would change, but yeah. Oh, this, so this was for my first commission. I won't say much about that because they aren't really my characters, but this was a lot of fun to try and make characters that I'm not usually like used to doing, and like I had like pretty solid descriptions for them, and the person gave me a pretty good idea of what they looked like, so that was fun. Yeah, some thumbnail sketches for like poses and stuff for the commission. More Katie, and that's the end. And here I basically checked off what goals I did. As you can see, I didn't really do much. Yeah, I said that like I worked on faces, so I guess I kind of achieved like changing the same face syndrome that I usually have. And I worked a little on anatomy, but really I didn't do most of this. But yeah, so that's the end of my sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.